Namaskaram. Welcome to my channel, VPK Nutrition, Mind Body Healing with Pushpa. I'm Pushpa Soundarajan, registered dietitian, Ayurvedic practitioner and yoga teacher. In today's episode, I'll be talking about Brahmacharya, the fourth yama. What does that mean? Celibacy, abstinence, or is it much more? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back, everyone. As I mentioned, in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the fourth yama or Brahmacharya. So again, Brahmacharya was very much relevant to the yogis of the Vedic period because they were all trying to accomplish certain siddhis through long-term spiritual practices. However, how is it relevant to us in this modern time? Now, if you're using yoga as a path to liberation, there are a lot of ways to look at Brahmacharya from different perspectives. So today I'm going to be sharing some of those thoughts based on schools of yoga by our teachers, as well as from Vedanta and also Ayurveda. And I'm going to use my emoji to go through the points one by one. The first thought to ponder about is stated by Sri Desikachari in his book Heart of Yoga. He says, he breaks it down into char in Sanskrit meaning moving, and Brahman meaning the ultimate truth. So we can think about it as moving towards the ultimate truth, which is a requirement in yoga. The second point to ponder about is that Brahmacharya, although it means abstinence, Swami Krishnananda, Divine Life Society, says that it is much more than that. It could be translated as refraining from the overindulgence of any of our senses. For example, overeating, oversleeping, or overdoing anything just to satisfy our pleasures. A third point to ponder about is, I would like to add that even overthinking and overstimulation is a big problem that we face in today's modern world, especially given the social media and media in general. So that can also end up depleting our energy quite a bit. The fourth point comes from Ayurveda. According to Ayurveda, there are three pillars of health: Ahara, diet; Nidra, sleep; and Brahmacharya, which is celibacy. Here, Brahmacharya is considered to be a discipline not to overdo anything, including expending sexual energy, because doing that depletes our ojas, which is the vital fluid responsible for strength, vitality, and immunity in the body. So how do we practice or know if we need to practice Brahmacharya? First step is observation. Observe to see if you are overeating, oversleeping, overthinking, or even overanalyzing. Number two, when it comes to eating, be mindful of how much you're eating and how often and when, and also why sometimes you're eating. Is it to satisfy pleasures or for nourishment? Number three, pay attention to how you respond to stressful situations. Are you coping well or are you feeling overwhelmed? If you are overwhelmed, you're most likely very depleted and need to regroup. Number four, do you get sick very often? If that's the case, then definitely you are depleted. Your ojas is very low and immunity is very low. This gives you a warning to slow down and conserve your energy and take care of your body and your mind. Number five, pranayama, which is breathing techniques, controlled breathing, and meditation are very good tools to help you slow down and recharge. So these are some things that you can start learning from teachers in your area, or if you already know how to do it, start practicing them on a regular basis. In conclusion, you can see that Brahmacharya is a very important yama that needs to be practiced in order to conserve your energy and to make yourself healthy enough to practice yoga and get the benefits of yoga as it was intended by our rishis. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Now use the coming week to reflect upon some of these thoughts and see if they even have any relevance to your own life. and see what you can do to help yourself. Thank you everyone for joining me. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like it, subscribe, and share this video with others who might be benefited. Have a wonderful week ahead and see you next week.